Good afternoon, Capricorn. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylee. I'm Brickana Star, and this will be your September 2020 reading. Yes. So before I get started, actually, quick shout out to my girl Ashley from Special Effects Nails. She sent me these gorgeous, they're beautiful. These babies. I tried to record the earth signs already, and I did. I shouldn't say I tried. I did record the earth signs already, and they just weren't feeling right. So I waited a couple of days, and today is the day. So I felt extremely ungrounded this morning. Actually, the last couple of days, despite there being like this really fantastic earth energy right now, astrologically speaking. There's actually what they call a grand earth trine today. It's when there's a planet in each of the signs of one element, in this case earth, and they form exact trines with each other, so it turns into this big equilateral triangle. Anyway, it means that for today, and while that's active, there's this like really supportive, beautiful, like productive, grounding energy that's really wonderful to take advantage of. So here I am taking advantage. Anyway, Capricorn, Saturn. I feel like September's going to be a little bit nuts. Small reminder about Saturn, you know, he's not the bad guy. Okay. This whole notion of like good and bad is a false dichotomy. Alright. Anyway. Saturn takes away things, and then he gives us rewards. Saturn's all about karma, right? It's all about you know, making you work hard. Making you work hard, but in the end you reap brilliant results because you work so hard, right? So Saturn is in like the last degrees of Capricorn, and I'm so excited for it to move to Aquarius. I don't know about you guys. Anyway, yeah, so let's see how September's gonna go based on my cards. So before I flip anymore, we have the Princess of Swords underneath. So the Princess of Swords, this really indicates that Capricorn, we are coming into like maybe some new insights, some new awareness, maybe some new truths about ourselves and about the world, and about what we want for ourselves. The princesses usually indicate like the physical initial manifestation of that energy. So yeah, perhaps September is illuminating some things for us. I say us because my ascendant is Capricorn, so I feel you, literally. Alright, so the first card out is the universe. I don't need to tell you guys, we're stepping through universes, alright? You know this. You feel this. You don't have Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn in your sign doing whatever they're doing without feeling very physically that we're stepping through a new universe. That's really beautiful. Okay. So, I have brought some crystal friends that have agreed to hold down my cards while I do my reading. Thank you, friends. Wonderful. This is a really cool reading. And because, you know, I am filming outside, there may be some interruptions. I've got one of the huskies out here, Nala. She's just laying down beside me. And there's been a hawk flying around lately. So you might hear her scream in the background. You know, there's magpies that like to talk to each other right in these trees. And I feel like that's what September's going to be like, you know, just navigating through the crazy surprises that come up. Okay, so we're stepping through a universe. We're completing major transformation and major cycles, like major transformation and major cycles. Okay, crossing us immediately is the Five of Pentacles. So this indicates that, you know, we're not feeling our worth. It indicates, you know, maybe we've gotten some communications about our income or our, you know, our source of nurturance, or maybe even our self-worth. It doesn't necessarily have to deal with just money, especially because it is a card of Taurus. Right down there. Taurus has to deal with all of our senses. And you know, in that way, yeah, my interpretations of these cards are not the same as the Rider-Waite. Sorry, not sorry. But, yeah, like in that way, I could see that, especially when it comes to like our senses and our sense perceptions, maybe some of those are opening up past the 3D. Nala, stay here. Past just the 3D, and you know, maybe like, maybe there's new things opening up past this. I already said that. Sorry, that's repetitive. Nala, no. Come here. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna let her in one sec. Okay, sorry about that. Alright. Lord of Material Trouble. Mercury. Consciousness, communications. Taurus. Our senses. Our money. Our self-care. You know. You're feeling a lack. You're feeling a lack. But you're coming to this reading as the King of Pentacles. Why would the King of Pentacles feel a lack in the material? That's my question. Anyway, this is two Deacons of Taurus and the last Deacon of Aries. The King of Pentacles tells me that we are laying down, oh, I see. We're laying down plans and foundations. And really, like, especially now that we're in Virgo season, we're refining those plans and looking at the long term rather than just the short term. And maybe that could be why you're feeling this material lack right now. Because you're focusing on the long term rather than just some short term gain. That is lovely. In the far past, we have the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is often read as like a love card. I want to point out that a bug just landed in my eye. This is a card of Cancer with Venus. This is actually, while I'm filming this is where Venus is currently, so that's really interesting to me, which opposes our first house if you're Capricorn ascendant. So that could very well indicate love for some of you. For others, it could also be like our friendships and our oh, there's the hawk now actually flying right over my house. It could be friendships, it could be business partners, but there's an abundance of some nurturing going on. That's probably significant for some of you. It's significant for me. This hawk has been with me for a little while here. I'm thirsty. Alright, Capricorn. Moving on. In the more recent past, we have the High Priestess. Hell yeah. This is interesting because the moon is actually in Capricorn right now as I'm filming this. I love astrology so much. Okay. The moon in this image is important. The High Priestess has been initiated into the darkness. She sees the darkness. She understands what is hidden. Darkness isn't evil. Darkness is not bad. Darkness is just hidden, right? I feel like we have some psychic and intuitive gifts opening up and coming to the surface, and you probably already know that. In the future coming in, we have Justice. This is technically upside down, so I'm going to talk about it both ways, and you decide as the reader which one resonates more for you. So Justice. This is, first of all, Major Arcana card for Libra. It's the scales of balance, right? So perhaps in the future, you are coming to understand more of the light and dark within you. Like the High Priestess is you're being, the dark is being illuminated, and you're understanding more of it and going deeper into like the occult and the hidden and beautiful things like that. And perhaps in the future you're understanding the balance and the equilibrium that has to be struck between those two. It could also be perhaps there's an injustice that occurs, especially since it was upside down. There could very well be something that happens in your immediate environment that is unjust. Or maybe you feel slighted. Or perhaps there's just an imbalance between what you're paying attention to. Yes. Are you paying attention only to your physical, to your bag, right? Are you working only on that and ignoring your relationships? Especially with this King of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Like if you're focused on the lack and you ignore your friendships and your other connections, that could really indicate that imbalance there. So it's really important right now, especially with the craziness we're about to go through for September and October and all that fun stuff, that you maintain balance between, your self-care, your knowledge seeking, your self-care, and your relationships. So there's definitely some oppression happening. 10s are nice though, because 10 is the end of the cycle, which means that you'll be laying those burdens down. Yeah. I feel like if you have any planets in Capricorn, or it's your ascendant, you're definitely feeling this hardcore Saturn influence. For me, I'm in a lot of pain because, Saturn is oppressing my body. This could also indicate some of the oppression that we may face as societies globally, either presently right now or it will happen soon. Right now where I am in Canada, and things aren't crazy yet. But, I know there's a lot of draconian crap going on around the world. And you have to understand, Capricorn, you have a lot of power. You have a lot of power, and I love the card that I just flipped. You have a lot of power, okay? Capricorn is the sign that grants power to the rulers. Alright? Capricorn is... It is powerful. It is powerful. I mean, we harness Saturn. Okay? Don't ever forget, and don't ever ever underestimate your power. Things come in to challenge us, and like our soul chose. You chose Capricorn. You chose Capricorn before you were born. You chose your planetary placements. You chose your moon placement before you were born. Your soul picked the very moment that you came to the earth on purpose. So, you're going to face some opposition, some oppression. And maybe, you know what, maybe you could be the one that's being oppressive. And if that is the case, lighten up a little bit. Lighten up a little bit. I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you guys. I hope you know that. But, in your environment, we have victory. The Six of Swords, or Six of Wands, sorry. This is Six of Wands. This is really beautiful energy. So, this is the Deacon of Leo, ruled by Jupiter. This is victory, baby. This is like, good luck and fortune comes to those who try. So whatever repression it is that you're feeling or under or contributing to, there is a sense of victory coming in. And how do we feel about this? Chariot. Victory. Victory. This is the 7th from Capricorn. The Chariot is about equilibrium and balance. It is about taking those two seemingly opposed things that Libra balances just fine on the scales, and balancing them in our emotional life, intuitively, internally. There's a lot going on about balance here. So it seems like you have been focusing a lot on the material, and that's fine, but definitely make sure that you are also focusing on your spiritual and like your intuitive self, okay? And your relationships. Like, don't go like boy crazy. Please don't go boy crazy. Don't do that. But like the other relationships that you value, like your friendships and your business partners. And I think you'll be just fine. Yeah. We're ending with the Tower. Fuck. So, the further along you are in your journey, in your healing and your shadow work, the less these crazy transits will impact us. So, Capricorn, if you have been working really hard on addressing the darker sides of your personality and on facing the darkness and not being afraid of it and not running away from your feelings and tuning into your spirituality and figuring out your life purpose and like going towards your life purpose, this Tower won't hurt so bad. It won't hurt so bad. You could also like be watching a tower around you fall. It doesn't necessarily have to be like some crazy big thing. It could be something as simple as like some of your beliefs are changing. It could be something as, I mean, that's not simple actually, I take that back. It could be a little bit smaller, a little less dramatic. That's the word I'm looking for. It could be a lot less dramatic than, say, someone like breaking their leg. Or a really crappy tower example is my aunt actually got thrown from her horse and broke several of her ribs and like collarbone and like fractured her femur and like a bunch of crazy stuff. So that was a really intense and crappy tower moment for my aunt, but it made her slow down and focus on like some of her self-care and like relax a little bit. And it was also forced, you know, the people around her to kind of like rally and unite. And I kind of feel like that's a little bit of this Six of Wands. Like, You know, the Tower is going to hit no matter what. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It could be. But maybe it'll help rally some people to your cause. You know? Whatever that cause may be. I hope it's a noble cause. But I mean, who defines that? This is going to be a transformative month. I mean, this whole year has been a transformative year. You know, there's another way that I just thought of this. Maybe this injustice, justice or injustice, remember it technically came out flipped. Maybe it is some injustice that is happening. Or that will happen. And you're delivering the Tower. Just think about that. And remember that we're being shown truths, universal truths. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. Yep. That's what I got for you guys. Yeah, these videos for September are a little bit longer. I'm trying to be concise with my messages. But you know, that's not, my brain doesn't work in a linear fashion. Like, it's more like a tree. So, you know, I hope that you can understand what I'm trying to say to you. And I hope that this message finds you and lands well for you. Just trying to see if there's any other like connections or things that I didn't think of. There's a few things I thought of for the Virgo video after I hit stop recording. I was like, ah. No, I think I got everything. Yeah, just definitely don't focus on the lack. Focus on what you do have. Focus on rest assured that you will have victory, both inside and outside, regardless of what happens. And remember that not sometimes, all the time, Mars will send Tower moments in order to realign you to where you're supposed to go. And it could very well be that this is a massive surprise for you. But when it happens, it's realigning you to where you need to be. Hope that makes sense. Alright, Capricorn. I do offer personal readings. My email is down below. And thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you later in the month for a rune and tarot reading for halfway through the month. And yeah, love you guys. Bye.